Okay guys, today I'm very excited to check out this project called Alaia Titiwangsa. Now the good news is this particular development is already acquired by a new developer, Windsor Land Group, actually took over the entire development. Now to give you all a better geolocation of where this development is at, it's actually right next to Duke Highway. And on the other side, you're going to go down to your Jalan Genting Klang or Air Panas area lah. And guys, this is a very established part of town with damn a lot of good eateries. And also if you didn't know, we actually been to this place before and there's a condo with the Air Panas, literally Air Panas right along the streets over here. If you guys are ever needing of getting yourself in a hot spring, that's a very convenient amenity as well. As you can see, right next to it is already all landed properties, and these are all individual lots that you have to buy the land and build whatever you want lah, but it has to be a residential property. And the part that I find most interesting, you could literally have KLCC view right on this direction. And on this direction, you're going to face towards Banjaran view. Basically means that you have the best of both worlds, because for the most part, all the properties over here cannot be high-rise. They're all either landed residential properties or on towards the other side, you have Titiwangsa Lake already. Nothing much else can really block you in this vicinity lah. Now the good thing about this location is that it's 7 kilometers away from KLCC, 3 kilometers away to the closest train station, and also 1 kilometer away from Duke Highway. So basically in terms of location wise, it's super convenient for you to get to anywhere lah. So walking across the entire area, you can see there's just a lot of empty plot of lands that are only allocated for bungalow units lah. So you are not going to have any high-rise building blocking your views in this direction over here. And in terms of getting into this particular location, it's not going to be very jam or sesat lah. The roads are very wide. There's not many double parkers anyways, because most of the people that are parking over here very likely are the ones doing the construction work as of right now lah. Got free banana also, you stay here. Without further ado, let's go check out the sales gallery. Okay, so we're now right back at the Alaia sales gallery. Now let's go through this real quick, right? Just to give everybody a better understanding of the localities first, it's actually right across the street of this very famous McDonald's that just got a revamp in design, right? And this McDonald's apparently is one of the first few in Malaysia. In terms of where Alaia was at when we were there in the actual site, the area over there itself, you wouldn't have to worry too much about new high-rises coming up, popping up, or actually blocking your view in that sense lah. It's actually right next to Duke Highway, and this is actually the one to PJ in Ampang. So in terms of proximity towards going into Wangsa Maju or going down to KLCC or Titiwangsa, it's actually not too far of a journey. And more importantly, it's actually not far from Hospital Kuala Lumpur, HKL lah, which is also one of the more renowned. Everybody goes to HKL, even Datuk Tan Sri also go HKL. Okay, so this is the geolocation of where this particular development is going to be situated on. Now I was also told by the team that this particular development will also have a shuttle service to bring you to the closest station, which of right now is HKL. When the skyline tree is also up and running, within vicinity, they also bring you there lah. So essentially it's very convenient for that sense. And one thing about it that is super convenient is that it's going to have 18 shop lots right at the bottom. And the best part is, it's going to be managed by developer. Now you know we have been to a lot of developments whereby if this is actually sold to individual owners, the whole place becomes very so it's better to have a developer to come into the equation, mandate, and also ensure that the tenants are of quality lah. And the developer also did mention they're going to prioritize convenience stores and also some F&Bs within this. So basically, if you stay in this part of town, you don't really have to go anywhere lah. Okay, so now the commercial podium is not going to have the shared entryway into the residential component, obviously, because of security reason. So if your friends or your guests come over, right, all they have to do is park their car right over here and they can already use the commercial podium. So the initial development actually came with 3 layouts. One thing you straight away notice, no awkward corridors because these ones are all butterfly layout. Meaning to say you're getting the best value for money per square feet that you can get. All your square feet is going to be fully utilized. So for people like me, we like this kind of things. okay, because we are really utilizing the space for either your rooms or your living hall only. Now look at the facade, you can tell that this is going to be the premium looking, a little bit like a hotel kind of vibe, right? Especially when they use darker tone colors lah. Now coming to the floor plan itself, you can see over here, on the left side, this one comes with only 2 voids or 2 openings. So natural sunlight, natural ventilation going to be a little bit lesser, but at least you still have lah. And then on the one on the right side or the one behind, you actually have more voids. Now personally, I like the ones with more voids because I like natural sunlight, I like natural air coming in. Some people don't really like this type of open wells or open voids lah. So it really depends on your personal preference in that sense. I like the fact that the facility floors are actually separated into 3 sections over here. As you can see, one up front and the other one at the back, and then one on top as well. So during festive seasons like New Year Eve or whatnot, right, you don't get everybody situated on one particular area. This type acts as a separation between one portion to the other, so it's not so cluttered or not so many people on one particular podium lah. So one part facilities over here, the other facility towards the back. And then you must be asking, hey Jin, how come high-end condo don't have swimming pool? Now because that swimming pool is actually situated on the sky roof itself, which is going to be on level 39. So imagine this, during festive seasons, you don't even need to go and book those Airbnb or staycation. You just stay in your house, you straight away, can see KLCC Bunyo view and fireworks already. And what is it going to look like? It's going to look something similar to such. So you got a cabana over here and you got a very nice infinity pool facing towards KLCC as well. So on level 39 is where your sky lounge is at and basically your clubhouse facilities lah. The 25-meter sky pool, sky jacuzzi, sauna, sky dining, sky cinema, barbecue deck, sky lounge and karaoke room, basically a mouthful. When you live in this development, you practically have everything within your arm's reach already lah. So now there's 2 facing for this particular development. If you are facing towards north, then it's going to be the Banjaran view, which means Genting and whatnot. And if you're on the other side, which is south, right, you're going to be looking towards KLCC view lah. So it depends which do you prefer. If you get up to the 39th floor, you already have a panoramic view of the entire landscape of 2 areas itself lah. So I think the facing doesn't matter as much, depends on your own feng shui guy lah, I guess. So now let's go check out the Type B layout, which is 807 square feet. So as you come in, straight away you will notice kitchen area on your left hand side. This is actually rather standard nowadays, and a part of this current package is that they're going to provide this entire kitchen cabinet inclusive of this kitchen island. And one part I noticed about this is that you see the sink is right over here, which means the water outlets will be run on this direction and you can have your water machine within this vicinity, which is actually rather convenient compared to last time. If you have everything into one area and your cooker, then it's also not so good. And according to feng shui laws, right, they say fire shouldn't be next to water. Did you know that? I teach you today feng shui also. I think that's partly also the reason why they put the fire over here, then the water on this direction, so they don't kind of collide each other, right? And it's also signature kitchen branded lah. Nice stuff over here. Now coming to the yard area, you can see this is actually rather okay, decent size. I think it's rather standard across all condos nowadays, that you get about 2.2 meters in terms of width over here. So you want to extend out or maybe do like some tai chao in this particular area, still doable, but personally I think this is area for your laundry more than enough already lah. So this is what the butterfly layout basically means. No awkward corridors, come in and then 2 rooms on the sides. Other developments typically would have this awkward corridor whereby you need to walk, left side, right side, got room. This one is, your corridor is already either part of your living hall or the rooms itself. So as you can see, way much wider, way much nicer. And the ceiling height, this is rather standard 10 feet ceiling height. This one over here should be another 10 feet in terms of width, right? Now this is actually the north facing view lah. You get this Banjaran Titiwangsa hill look. Okay, and this one, of course, during foggy mornings or whatnot, right, this is going to look like such a. So this is basically like a dragon back, right, if you look at it. To me personally, I like this one more than KLCC view. You can enjoy a very nice view because the balcony comes with this glass panel giving you an unobstructed view. It's also about 3 feet in terms of width lah. So sizable enough for you to put a chair, put a coffee table, and just enjoy the beautiful view. Now coming back to the unit itself, you can see living hall is also very, very spacious. Once you come back here, there's going to be a door, obviously. It's already going to be your beautiful room already. Can fit a king-size bed, no issues over here. And similarly, if you open up your windows, you're going to have the similar view of your balcony as well. Now, one part about this particular architect, very famous one, all the developments with the glass panel toilet for the master bedroom is by this architect himself lah. I cannot remember his name, but that guy lah. So it kind of emulates like what you see in a hotel. If you feel a bit awkward or shy, right, then you need to do a bit of frosting lah. If not, then everyday people pass by also get to see you taking your shower, right? So now this is how the toilet is supposedly to look like. Of course, there's going to be a lot of ID treated stuff, but in terms of the tiles and fittings, it would somewhat look like such lah. But the master bedroom also allows you to get into this +1 room. So you want to make this like a workstation area, or if you want to have a bit more space for your wardrobes, right? This can be a very nice walk-in wardrobe. Okay, coming into bedroom number 1, you can see that this is also very spacious, have the similar view towards the one in the master bedroom. And this is where the AC latch is going to be situated on. So there's going to be an ample amount of space within the condo itself, right? To have your AC latch or even dry your clothes within this area, also no issues lah. It's just right on this part of the portion. And before I forget to mention, aircon is already provided by the developer. Now this part I am very, very sensitive of because one of my units actually came without the aircon piping. And then it cost me a lot of money, a lot of headache, and a lot of dust, right? So actually, I'm very, very thankful whenever the developer just says, you know what, in our sales package itself, I give you aircon. 省我的头痛 I tell you guys, really this one. Okay, now let's check out the Type A layout, which is 1012 square feet. Similarly, you also have the butterfly layout with a spacious living and dining area. You get a similar master bedroom with an attached bathroom that comes with a double sink, meaning to say you don't have to worry about fighting with your partner when you're getting ready in the morning. And not to mention, you're also going to get this unique glass panel design as well. And I like the fact that there's also voids for your toiletries, a very thoughtful design. The bathroom also leads you to another room that can be converted into a walk-in wardrobe. Now this layout also comes partially fitted with signature kitchen cabinets and kitchen island. The sink and stove are separated from each other, which I personally prefer. Not to mention, if you're facing south view, you get to enjoy the KLCC skyline view from your balcony. It is also overlooking the Titiwangsa Lake Park. Now this also comes with a second and third bedroom, which you could fit a queen size bed, no problemo. And they also share the same bathroom together, which is very spacious. Last but not least, it comes with a little yard for your washing machine as well. Now to check out the entire development over here, we're going to give you a background check of who Windsor Land Group is. They actually share the same common shareholder with the Hong Kong listed company called Multifield International Holdings. They have also done a few projects across Hong Kong and China. One of the more renowned one is Hong Kong M Place. He has built this building, not for sale, it's actually purely for rental. And the other 3 developments that he has done is Windsor Place, Windsor Park, Windsor Court. It's also purely off for rental only. Meaning to say, if you want to buy the place, you can't even do so. He wants to keep all this asset under his umbrella or under his belt, basically collecting rental every single month only. And the other one is actually in Zhuhai, which is called Windsor Plaza, constructed in 2019. And on top of all these projects over here, they're also going to build a new hotel in Chinatown, Kuala Lumpur itself. So this developer is actually getting very serious when it comes to being in Malaysia. So after checking out the entire development of Alaia Titiwangsa, I must say this is actually looking very interesting because of the location itself. Now Windsor Land Group actually has 40 years of experience when it comes to property development, so they're no stranger in this market, right? And one of the reasons why they actually chose Kuala Lumpur is because of the multicultural demographics and also the stability when it comes to our banking, currency, legal, basically everything we have in Malaysia is rather stable in ASEAN as compared to Thailand, Cambodia, Nepal, all these other ASEAN countries, right? Now considering the fact that the layouts over here are very, very nice and also the location itself very strategic, no wonder why it's already 50% sold. The developer also incorporated a new layout which is actually called the Type C1A. This one is a bit more focused or catered to people that wants to invest in a property lah. And the reason why I say so is because this one comes with a dual key layout. So you can see over here, if you add another door, you can basically partition this to one room and another. Because of the location to Hospital Kuala Lumpur, actually this makes a lot of sense for very young nurse or young doctors lah. So if you want to buy this for investment, the type C1A is probably the best layout for that. So talking about rental and investment, we actually have a good gauge because there's an adjacent project that has about 766 units, so basically 300 more than Alaia itself. And that one over there, the rental yield there for a partially furnished unit is around 3 ringgit PSF lah. So that basically acts as a gauge towards what Alaia can actually expect. But I think Alaia might have a slight advantage for the fact that there's commercial right downstairs and also a shuttle service to bring you to the train station. And more importantly is that if you like going to the Titiwangsa Park, you can literally see it from your condo also. And that's a part of the equation that we have not even included or talked about, because Titiwangsa Park is just so close by. You could go there for exercise at any given time as well. Now, just to show you guys how committed this developer is, they actually acquired a 55-acre freehold land in Cyberjaya, which they're going to launch Windsor Villa very soon. Now, of course, I want to give you guys enough context over here first, because it's still work in progress, right? It just shows the level of commitment that they actually want to establish a portfolio in Malaysia itself. So knowing that Windsor Land Group actually has a bigger plan called Windsor Villa, which is 55 acres large, right? It just gives further conviction and assurance that the developer is going to complete Alaia, which is only 400 plus units, because they have bigger plans in the pipeline. So you guys like content series like such, make sure to like and follow for more. Bye bye.